Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. And today we have the Final Anime Gacha Unit releasing in the game. Of course, we already know that it is a Ryu, specifically a Wind Ryu, but we don't have any other details. Like the last couple of weeks, for some reason, Danmemo hasn't revealed the skills of this unit in their live stream. So, of course, we have to see what this unit is capable of doing today. Now, of course, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Memoria Freese content, and I actually have two questions for you guys in the comment section down below. First and foremost, are you guys planning on summoning for this Ryu? Let me know in the comment section. I'm very curious to see if you guys are planning on summoning for this Ryu or not. And the second question I have is, what type of guides would you like to see? Maybe if you're a new player, what do you need help with in terms of understanding regarding the game? Let me know in the comment section and I'll try and get it done, because I'm very curious to see what exactly is an issue for new players in terms of understanding the abilities, understanding the gameplay mechanics. Let me know in the comment section. I'm very curious to see what I can do to help you guys out. Now, let's have a look at what this Ryu is capable of doing. Of course, like I said, this Ryu is a wind unit, and as somebody who summoned for Hero Festa Althea, no, that's the wrong one. I summoned for Hero Festa Ryu and I summoned for Althea, both wind units, right? Wind magic units in particular. I'm very excited to see what this Ryu is capable of doing, and maybe if we can build a solid wind team with those three units. Like I said, I think I'm leaning towards this Ryu being more of a wind magic unit, purely because of the dual resonance bell. If we go all the way here, this dual resonance bell releasing last week makes me believe that this Ryu is going to be a wind magic unit. So without further ado, I think we should check out what this Ryu is capable of doing. So let's scroll down and see. M attack type, so we were right, it's a wind magic unit. Okay, stats wise, 1270 agility and 2073 magic. It's a war games unit, I'd assume, right? It has to be a war games unit considering the agility is super high. Okay. So Luvia, her special arts, is a single target ability. So it is Ultra Wind magic attack damage plus 120% per each target's STR magic and MRes buff skill. Oh, and Ultra on God rate, okay, and self plus 4 actions of high wind magic attack, status buff minus 2 turns a foe, and magic plus 120% and wind attack damage plus 90% for 4 turns on allies. Interesting. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of this, I'm not gonna lie. Because the thing is, right, for a single target unit, right, if she is going to be a single target unit, I will see the combat skills in just a second, you're only going to be probably reaching a maximum of 120% in game modes like Record Buster. Maybe in Familiar Rush and Familiar Royale as well as 7 Zone and stuff, you could get to 40% because STR and magic buff skill. And of course, the final trial against the Juggernaut, we know that that guy increases his strength, magic, and MRes. He has MRes as well. So you're gonna see it being used there, I guess, but like generally speaking, if you're going to be using her in other forms of content, right, if you look at the grand scheme of things, you go up against Riveria, she increases her magic only. If you go up against Otaro doesn't even increase anything. Revis increases her strength. I mean, I guess you could say that obviously you have units like, for example, Finn, Record Buster events like Finn, I should say, who can increase their strength and magic. But then if you go back to Gareth as well, Gareth is only P-Res and M-Res, if I recall correctly. He doesn't do anything with the strength and magic. So you're only going to get a maximum of 120% in certain game modes, and then in some other game modes, it'll be 240%. What I really like about her is more so her actual additional actions, because 120% magic and wind attack damage plus 90% for 4 turns on allies is really nice for obviously the rest of the team, especially if you put her on a wind team. She will do extremely well with those attacks. So I guess the special arts is really good, but let's see what else she has here. So Luminous Memory. Allies fast, water, thunder, earth, wind, light, dark, res, and endurance and dexterity plus 30%, and increase essay gauge charge gain by 33% for 6 turns. Okay. And self plus 3 actions, mid wind magic attack and status plus minus 2 turns on foes, and magic and wind attack damage plus 60% for 4 turns. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so she is going to be an AoE attacker. This is going to be very similar to the Bellin Ryu that released at the start of the anime season, at the start of this part particularly, where the special arts is obviously single target, right? But the rest of the kit has a blend of AoE attacks and single target attacks. Okay, so this ability, right, is going to be solid because you're getting resistances to pretty much every again, why not give fire? Why are you abandoning fire? I know that they wanted to be weak to at least one element, right? But why not give fire res as well? You're giving water res, that's one element, thunder 2, earth 3, wind 4, light 5, dark 6. It's 6 elements, and then they're just ignoring the fact that fire exists. Obviously, because Hero Festa Ryu already gives herself, I think, like a bunch of elemental resistances. The only one she doesn't give is fire. So why not give this unit fire res as well? Remove maybe like wind res. I would say if they removed wind res, I wouldn't be surprised about that. If they removed wind res, put in fire res, I think this would have been really, really solid. It's still really solid, but right now the meta is a lot of fire units. You're seeing Hero Festa Elise run amok, you know, in war games and stuff. So that kind of is not being addressed in this kit, unfortunately, which is really disappointing. The endurance and dexterity boost is nice. SA gate charge is obviously very, very good. The additional action, right? The mid-wind magic attack and status buff -2 turns on foes, and magic and wind attack damage plus 60% on self is, I would say it's decent. It's going to be solid, but it's nothing too crazy. All right, let's see what else is here now. Ventus Stella. Okay, so this is an AoE fast super wind magic attack damage plus 40% per each target strength magic and MRes buff skill and ultra encounter rate, and removes strength magic and MRes buffs. Okay, I think that's solid. I think that's solid because the thing is, right, especially you're going to be using this ability primarily in war games, right? And you're going to see a lot of units run strength magic MRes based units probably right now, especially when you're going up against units like, for example, you know, Hero Festa Elise and stuff like that. People will try and bring units to counter that basically, or use units to help boost that. So you could use potentially units like, for example, Shakti, right? For example, not Shakti, Ardi. I keep saying Shakti. Ardi, right? For example, the old Ardi might come into play. You could see her being used. Some people might use some other alternatives that increase P-res and M-res. So in that regards, I suppose that this may come in handy. And of course, units will always increase their strength and magic somehow, some way, be it through obviously assist abilities or through potentially, you know, potentially their own abilities, right? So you're going to be able to at least get around, I would say, 160 to 200% damage in total in terms of the additional damage. So in that regards, I suppose it's pretty solid. But again, the problem is, right? The problem is well, I mean, I'm trying to think about about it in the grand scheme of things, because if you use this ability, right, you use this ability first and foremost, the allies fast water, thunder, earth, wind, light, whatever resist boost along with the endurance and dexterity, right? You get a lot of resistances through that, which is very interesting. Okay, I think I like her. I'm liking her a little bit, but I'm not sure about her entirely just yet. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. I'm not sure exactly how to feel about her. I'm thinking about her in the grand scheme of things in terms of how she's gonna be able to be used. But let's move on. Let's move on to Deathly Breeze. Single target super wind M attack damage plus 40% per each target's STR magic and MRes reduction skill and ultra and guard rate. Okay, that is exactly what we like to see. That is really good. I think that is fantastic. You're gonna get to 40% very, very easily if you want to. Obviously, if you take, you know, the right assist skills as well as the right adventurous skills, you will definitely be getting that no matter what at all, to be quite honest. You'll certainly be getting that because that's very easy to accomplish. 240% on that is very easy. I'm not too sure about the special arts, to be quite honest, and generally I'm not sure how she'll be used in war games, in all honesty. I'm not sure exactly how she'll be used in war games. These two abilities, Luminous Memory and Ventus Stella, are most certainly abilities you'll see in war games for sure, right? This is going to be very interesting to see how you'll end up using her, because I think that with the right setup, she'll be really solid. In fact, I'd like to say that potentially you could use her in... I was gonna say you could potentially use her in stall low-key, you know? Low-key, I wouldn't be surprised if people might run her in stall potentially, because you'd be able to increase the allies, you know, resistances to elements outside of fire. That's the only one you're missing out on. You're able to reduce the opponent's status buffs using her additional actions. And of course, you've got the ability to remove the opponent's strength, magic, and MRES buffs as well, which obviously helps out quite a bit in all honesty. So very interesting, very, very interesting. I might see if I can. I'm thinking about pulling on her purely just because we have, of course, the setup for it. But or I say setup for it. We have Althea and obviously Hero Festa Ryu, right? So I'm thinking about it, but I'm not sure entirely. Either way, let me know if you guys plan on pulling for her. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, because I'm really uncertain about it. I'm pretty sure I spent more time umming and ahhing, to be quite honest. But I think she's very solid, but I don't think she's game breaking at the same time, you know. I don't think she is. But let's see if we get her from the free multi first and foremost, and then we can talk about whether or not I should consider going for her or not. So let's get into the multi. Let's see what we can do right here. Hopefully I can pull her off this free multi. It would be very, very nice, very, very appreciated. That doesn't seem to be the case, of course. It looks like it's just gonna be a basic a 3-star only multi. At least it's not a mineral, I suppose. At least it's not a mineral. Hephaestus, Chigusa, Bet, Freya, Mikoto, Freya again, Belle, okay, Tiona, fantastic. Can you go all the way? Nope, it's just eyes. It's just eyes. Anyways, all right, that seems to be just my luck, to be quite honest. But yeah, I think that she'll be a solid unit. I do think that she will be on the side of very usable for sure, but I do think you'll need the right setups for it and the right units for it. I don't know, man. I'm very uncertain to see how I feel about this. I'm still very, very uncertain about this Ryu, to be quite honest. I think a lot of people will probably go for her, and I think in the long term she might end up becoming extremely usable. I think what she has is very strong. It's just that the thing is, right, when I think about this unit, I'm thinking about the agility game as well at the same time. Now, if you can somewhat, you know, ignore the agility game and, you know, end up making this unit extremely usable, maybe then this unit is possibly one of the strongest units available, because I think, you know, in the grand scheme of things, being able to remove STR magic and MRES buffs, having the ability to, you know, give resistances to all allies, increasing their defense especially, right, it's really, really strong. It's just that I'm not too certain because of, one, the lack of fire res, which I don't understand why they just ignored it. And two, the lack of any agility buff, or making it a slow agility buff, maybe potentially, or something along those lines. I don't know what they could have done here, to be quite honest. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say down below. And like I said, let me know on some things you guys would like to see on the channel in terms of guides, and of course your thoughts on whether or not you're going to be summoning for this unit. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.